This is my 2012 Toyota GT86 and it's not long had an engine rebuild.
That is like in there.
But the issue is I was meant to do this oil change a long time ago. Now there is a lot of debate on what mileage you should change your oil after having an engine rebuild, but generally speaking it's 500 to 1,000 miles. Now the problem is I thought when I first got told that I need to do these regular oil changes after a rebuild, I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to bother counting, I'm just going to guess when I roughly hit 1,000 miles. And boy was that a mistake. Now not only have I completely missed the mark of 500 to 1,000 miles to do the oil change, I've gone 4,000 miles over. So I'll best get this done. And to do it, I have a box. Let's get this open. So this is the contents of the box. We have 6 litres of oil, a brand new OEM crush washer or gasket, whatever you want to call it, for the sump plug, and a brand new OEM oil filter. Now all of this came from ARG Performance, who I want to say an incredible thank you for this kit because they make it incredibly easy to buy. All of this together was only £90 or $89.99, which if you ask me is an incredibly good deal. So to do this we need to jack up the front end of the car so that we can get underneath and drain the oil out. Previously to this video being made, I didn't have an oil pan to drain into and I didn't really have a good enough jack, and everyone keeps telling me get a low profile jack because I've been dealing with one which isn't, and I'm having to drive it up onto blocks and it's a bit of a pain in the arse. And since my birthday is literally just round the corner, I have a couple of new early birthday presents. So a massive thank you to my lovely girlfriend for these early birthday presents because they are going to help a lot with getting this job done. So with the power of editing, let's get these unboxed. And there we go. This is a Halfords low profile jack, 2 ton, sorry. There you go, 2-ton hydraulic trolley jack and an oil pan, which is perfect. I believe this is a 6 litre one. Oh, 8 litre oil waste can. Put it underneath, it drains into there. You do that bung back up. You can carry it around like a normal jerry can, and there's one at the top here so that you can empty it. Perfect. Right, let's waste no more time. Let's get this in the air and start draining some oil. What I'm trying to do is get it up in the air a little bit so I can actually jack from the front, and then I can get 2 jack stands either side, which will make things a lot safer. Now, under here somewhere is, so I can jack off of this bit here, pretty much where that bolt is that you can just about see there. I can actually jack off of that, and then that should bring the front end up. Hopefully now we can remove this jack, bring it down onto the jack stands, and fingers crossed, that's where it stays. Yay! Now, if I've learned anything from watching other YouTubers and all that sort of thing, when putting your car on jack stands, which is always a kind of a sketchy job anyway, is to always give the car a good wiggle. Try and, you know, move it. Because at the end of the day, what you've got to remember is if the jack fails or if the jack stands fail and the car falls, that's all parts that you can fix. If you're underneath it when it falls, you can't be fixed. Well, not if something very bad happens, God forbid. So, coming underneath, there she is. There's the thing I've got to undo, and that will drain out all the oil. Now, of course, as well, another thing that will really help you when you're doing an oil change is if you take off the oil filter. And basically what this does is this allows air to get in, which means the oil will flow out better. It's all about air displacement and all that sort of thing. So let's get that off. Let's use my strong hand. Oh yes, oh yes. That is how an oil filter should be. If you're having to get tools on it, that's not right. Should be able to just twist it off by hand like that. Perfect. Right, I'm gonna get some rags or something because I know that that's just gonna be oily. Well, maybe, we'll see. I have my sacrificial microfiber cloth. Let's take this off and hopefully, we're not too bad. And we'll get that cleaned up and then, yeah, ready to go. Okay, so I have the tools, which is just a ratchet and I believe a 14 mil socket, which should fit. I've just done a couple of tests because I'm an idiot and keep bringing the wrong socket. So that one should fit, and we've also got the can, so we're going to drain it into this and hopefully get minimal spillage. I've also got a bit of cardboard down, so if there is any spillage, it should just go onto this. So let's get to it. So let's see if the 14 mil actually fits. I believe it should. Yeah. I must remember the crush washer. Always replace that, always. Right. So let's just crack this off. Hopefully it's not too tight. There we go. And again, if I've learned anything from social media, make sure that the actual bung thing is out. I don't know how this is going to go. This could either go very badly or very well. This could get messy. Hey! Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I didn't do the other fucking plug. I knew there was going to be something. I freaking knew it. Got to pull it out. I can't reach it from here. I knew I was going to do something wrong. Right, let's try that again. Oh, that's better. That's much better. And the oil actually looks good. Right, I'm going to let that drain for a bit. So, while that is draining, I am going to sort out this sump plug and change the crush washer, which strangely enough isn't on this. I reckon it's stuck underneath. Oh, it's not on there. Nope, it wasn't on there. Which is interesting. Is it not meant to have one or something? I'm sure it is. So you can tell how much of an idiot I am. This part here is the crush washer. I'm just going to run with this one. It should be okay. I mean, that was replaced not only 5,000 miles ago, so it should be fine. So, are we now completely drained? There's still a little bit dropping out. Only a little bit. That's fine. We'll continue letting that drip. Now, the reason why I'm actually letting it drip so much is because I'm changing the type of oil that I use. Now, normally what comes in these cars as standard is 0W20. However, I am changing it for 5W30. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Number one, 0W20 is expensive and it's not easy to get a hold of as well as that. 5W30, you can practically get it anywhere. 0W20, not so much. That's not like an average one, which is always in every supermarket you always go to, whereas 5W30 is. The other thing as well, other reason why I'm changing it is because 5W30 actually holds up better at higher pressures, which, yeah, okay, this isn't a race car or anything like that, but I do like to do a pull every now and then. I do like to do a little drift every now and then on private land. And 5W30 just holds up better and does and performs better than 0W20 in the FA20 engine. So I'm changing it out for that, and well, it should make my life a lot easier in the future and will actually be a little bit healthier for the engine. Now, 5W30 and 0W20 can mix in small amounts, so draining it all the way out as much as I can isn't very necessary. But I kind of want to eliminate the whole factor and the whole risk of it mixing or not mixing well. So I'm draining as much of it out as I can, so that way is absolutely minimal left in there for when I put the 5W30 in. And if you look at that, we're basically just drooping out now, or dripping out. So I reckon it's time to put the sump plug back in, and then we can fill up the new oil from the top. I also just realised I should have also undone that, which I'm going to do now. Question is, has that made it come out even more? No, it's still just dripping. That's good. So that basically means we are ready to fill it up with the new stuff and replace this with the brand new one, which is over here. So this is an OEM filter from Subaru, and there's the part number if you need it. However, you could basically just tell them on the phone or online or wherever, Toyota GT86 or Subaru BRZ oil filter, and that will come up. They are not hard to get a hold of. They're very common and very easy to get a hold of. Right, so let's get this out. And generally speaking, they already come pre-lubricated there, but it is always good just to get a little bit of oil and just put it around it anyway. And I think I've got a little bit of oil there, which I can steal. So there we go. We are nice and lubed up. We can now spin this on. And remember, only hand tight until you can't get it any tighter anymore. That is the oil filter on. Now we just got to go back underneath, do the drain plug back up, and then fill this back up. So now that's basically just barely dripping now. So let's get this back in and then do it up. I should probably have moved. There we go, I think that's tight enough. Okay, so we now have the old oil out, everything is done up underneath. Now we just need to fill it back up because the new oil filter is on. So now I just need to take my makeshift funnel and fill this up. Now you don't really need to worry about putting it back down on the ground and making sure it's all level and everything like that, if you know how much oil needs to go in this. Now for me, that is 5.4 litres, which means this whole can, and so yes, that will be down to the 600 mark there, which would be 0.4 of a litre, 400 mil. So as long as I put that much in, I don't need to worry about leveling it off, because that should, in theory, be correct. Right, we need to go down to the 600 mark. Checking if it's leaking, which I don't think it is. I should just clean off what is the residue on there, and then we should be good. And for that, I'm using this TF90 fast drying cleaning solvent. You can use it on basically everything, and this stuff just cleans basically everything. There we go, nice and clean. So that is the oil changed. All the old oil, got to sort that out in a minute. I'll probably put it, no, it won't fit in there. I'll leave it in that. I'll get that cleaned up. But yeah, I now need to put the actual cap back on. Oil filter changed, caps back on, sump plug is done up, the new oil is in. So cheers ARG Performance for that.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorry, this won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my love right now. Red eyes while he said.
So one last little run through. The bung underneath is done up nice and tight. That's up tight. That's on. Oil was changed. I've cleaned up all the oil I can. So let's just get it started and see how it runs. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. I'm just a bit nervous, really. Should have been plenty enough time now. It's loud. Oh yeah. Sounds all good from this side. I think that was a success. Only issue, I think I can hear an engine misfire. I'm not too sure though. But it sounds like, it's like, with the exhaust sound, it's hopping a little bit, if you know what I mean. So it's like, boom, 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 boom. Kind of exaggerated, but I'll try and stick a clip in. If I caught it on camera, I'll stick a clip in here of what I think I mean. And to me, that kind of sounds a bit like an engine misfire. Perhaps one of the spark plugs needs changing. Perhaps we'll get onto that, but the only issue is just changing the spark plugs on this. Well, they're down there, and there's not a lot of room. So, yeah, I don't know about that one, especially on this side, because look at how much stuff is in the way. So I don't know about that one. We'll see. So that is the oil change done on my GT86. It's an incredibly simple process, a lot more simple than I originally thought, to be honest. And I mean, it now has nice fresh oil. I will have to check the levels in a minute, but I'll probably do that on a nice flat surface because obviously the dipstick needs to be nice and flat. Just got to tighten that back up, and then that is that. Everything ran okay, it ran good, it sounded okay, apart from the slight misfire. So yeah, I think the only thing I've really got to look at now is this coolant leak, which I believe is coming out of this. So I'll get onto that at some point. Perhaps I'll buy a new hose, a nice looking one, we'll see. But yes, oil change completed, because I think it will look good here. And I mean, ARG Performance has sorted me out. They're going to be sorting me out with a lot of other stuff as well. So why not show some support? Well, there we go. Sticker is in, so now everybody can see that I use ARG Performance. Great blokes. If you need anything for your 86, head over to them and buy your stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video next Sunday. Peace.